Hello everyone. So in this session we will do the more blocking into Autodesk Maya. So as you can see we have the character, and after that we'll just start the blocking process inside Maya software. So right now we will just do the blocking inside Maya software, and we will just manipulate each and every part one by one. Okay, so right now what I will do, I have the timeline which is set to 120. I will just decrease the value to 24, so I need only 1 second. So right now it is in PAL, and if you are working in NTFS, definitely it will go to 30 frame per second. So this is your timeline, and you can just run across your timeline, and you can just decrease the value or increase the value according to your need. I just open the auto key so that each of every key will be automatically generated, and here you have the preferences. Okay, so now the time slider, which is the animation start and end key, which is 24 frames per second, and also just have 1x of height and 4x according to your need. So you can change the timeline parameters with the help of preferences. Okay, so here you have the key thick sizes, and you can just increase the value accordingly, and also you can just have the all values, which is the grease pending frames. So like this way you have this part which is activated and key text. Okay, and the channel box. Okay, so you can select between key text, channel box and activated, and here you have the key text sizes. So you can increase the sizes or decrease the sizes. So I just put it 2, and here you have the playback would be continuous. Okay, no problem. And after that you have the oscillation and once, so there would be a real time. So I just using 24 frames per second, which is the real time. Okay, so here we have the undo and undo infinite. Okay, fine. And these all are the panels which came across in the preferences. So you have to look at one by one into each and every panel. So whatever you want to change, you can change from here. It will directly update it on your viewport. Okay, so rest are fine. I think display animation is okay. I'll hit on save, so the part has been saved. Okay, so right now we have the setting inside the timeline, and also we have the character. So here you have the new shelf, and I will just do the enter new shelf name. So I just put it the name of the character Mary, and after that we'll just do one more thing, is that we start working on the tweaking process. So just select this part, and here we have the you can say the quick selection tool, and here we will just add the all selection and add to shelf, and after that we have the all selected thing which is been added inside the self menu of our scene. So each and every panel has its own importance values. So right now what I will do, I will just go to the character setup. As you can see, it's moving forward. It has the dark region, which is the left leg, you can say. And now we'll just follow this animation, as you need the reference. If you're working in the animation inside Maya, you definitely need the reference. So here would be the top view, and here would be the front view, and here would be the left view. So reference management is very important. You should need at least references, okay, so that nothing would be getting problem. So you may have a good and refined animation with the help of the references. So we'll select both the shoulder region, and you can rotate it accordingly. As you can see, each and every controller is been defined with the polygons quite well. Okay, so as you can see, just drag this into the downward region, and after that we'll select the feet region, and here, and just move it little bit at the back region. So right now I'm just starting the blocking process. As in the right hand side in the channel box, you will find the translate Z, which is minus I'm just putting minus 25. Okay, fine. So this part, this region, which is the left leg, so just put it the translate Z value, which is 25, and after that what else we have to do? We'll just go to the left view. So inside the perspective viewport, so I will just rotate the step, and after that we'll just select this part and just see that it is working quite well or not. Yeah, definitely it will work. And as you can see, the left right leg, and we'll just have the channel box where you can have all the things which is renamed properly. So renaming is very important, and you have to look at the reference one by one, so that whatever you will make, you will have a good and refined animation into your reference. Okay, with the help of reference, you can achieve a proper and good result. That is much more beneficial to work with the reference. So as you can see, this leg is moving at the front area, and we have the ball lift. And after that, if you just go to stretch, and you can just put the value of stretch, and you can just put it some amount of stretch value, so that it will just stretch your whole animation process. And also all the things is renamed properly. That means you will not get any confused. So renaming is very important in your animation. So if you are renaming well, you can have a good animation, so you will not get confused. So whenever you are saving a file or doing something, you should have a proper rename of your animation. So with the help of this, you can have a toe lift, and also you have the uh, values, you can just manipulate it. Okay, so you have the heel lift, you can easily lift your heel like this way. And also by middle mouse button, you can drag the values, so you may have the idea how you are just putting all the values into your character. Okay, so after that, when the blocking process will be over, we will start working on the graph editor, which is very detailed, and we will discuss this graph editor laterwards. It has some sort of curvature, tangent and points. You can easily manipulate all the things inside the graph editor. So with the help of like this way, you can just put it your animation in a very good manner, and also you can just put it like this. Okay, so here we have the torso region. So each and every controller had to be animated, because this is a character, and if a character is moving, each and every controller has its own importance. So with the help of manipulation of each and every controller, you can work quite well. Okay, like this way. Select all these fingers and just move it like this, and select this one moving like this, and select this region, move it like this and this one. Okay, with the help of this, you can have a proper flow of your animation. And this finger would be like this, because this is an organic character, and each and every step has to be animated quite well. Okay, so you have to just animate it accordingly. And after that, when the animation gets over, you have to just do the play blast, which is a dummy render, or you can say the rough render. So we will discuss this play blast in later words. Okay, like this way you can just manipulate all the things inside your Maya software. And as you can see, the hand region is rotating quite well. And also we'll just select all the things like having animation like rotating along its axis, and also just select this part and just move it like this. Okay, and let's rotate it. And also we'll just select this part, move it like here, select this part, move it like here. And the proper flow of animation can be seen into a reference. If you are working into a reference, you can have a better look at how you are just manipulating all the things inside your software. So with the help of this this thing can just move quite well. Okay, little bit of more space to have a clear look. And also we'll just select this part and just move it forward, and also just do the contrast region, and here just move it like this. Okay, so this thing should be bent, and also this thing should be rotate. and after that we'll select this finger and just move like here, and also we'll just select the torso region, which is the shoulder part. We'll move somehow here. So the proper rotation is very important into the character. That means if you're working into the character walk cycle, you have to just work in the particular character each and every part, okay, one by one. So moving like this, and also just select and just rotate like this way, and also the palm region, which is this part, we should have to rotate like this, and into the left view just select the shoulder and just move backward, just select this particular shoulder panel, and one by one you just have to just move like this. Okay, so the proper movement of a particular character according to the timeline is very important. You can just move it like this way, and also you just follow the shoe region which you have manipulated. So that means the character have all the data which into the curve. That means you have the curve data which already implemented into the character, and all the things has been renamed quite well. So whatever you does, you will go to the channel box to have a particular section of your view. Okay, so like this way you can work quite well. And also make sure that whenever you're working in a particular scene or any data, you should always use to do some you can say some version saving, so that if something went wrong you can go to the previous version to have an update of the same. So this is the belly region of the character. Move like this, and also we have some sort of translate z value. Just move like this, and this is the feet region, and also move here somehow here, and after that you have the character proportional, which is also been seen into the reference. Okay, the larger you can say the larger part which is at the grid is known as the uh, full full controller of the character. If you move the larger part from the grid, definitely whole character will move from its main position. Okay, like this way you can work for the same. And translate 0 would be 75, and this is the belly region, and also here into the 12th timeline, 12th frame, you can have the leg region, and also here the ball minus 222, and you can just change the value because it's getting distorted, so like this way. Okay, so right now I will just go to the toe lift, and here we have just put some values into the toe lift, which is just below the computer screen at the right side on your screen into the channel box. So at first now I will just go to the downward region. As you can see, if you just move, the foot region will remain at its own position because we have just set it the IK and FK, that's why. And you can just select this controller and just go to the stretch, so you can stretch it easily. As you can see, it's just moving into the scale value. With the help of stretch you can just have the values. You can just put it the value into the stretch. You can have extra manipulation key, and also you have the heel lift, so you can just easily lift up your heel into your model. And also you just have the this part which is the pelvis region of the character, so you can just give the weight, because if weight will not be there, it will not look realistic, so much of more realistic. So this heel region, which is the heel part, so at first as you can see, the heel region is the have the translate value and also have the rotation value. So we don't require the scale value right now. We'll just put some values into the heel lift. So as you can see, we have just put it 0 right now, and just put it 0 to its mean position. because if you just have the minus value, it will go upward because it's going against the gravity. So minus happened only when you are just putting the value into the gravity. As you can see, there is a jerk between the footsteps, so we have to just decrease the jerk level because we have to add certain keyframes so that jerk will never be produced. And also we just have to manipulate few of the curves into the character. Has selected the character, which is the rotate y-axis, and we'll just put it some amount of minus value, which is shift the character to its mean position, and rotate minus x. 4 will be there at the rotate x, and also we have the value of z, which is 0. So now the character is facing towards the front. As you can see, it's moving constant, so we don't require the constant motion. So whatever else we have to do, we'll just put at some of the values into the hand region so that the normal retardation position of the hand will be occur. So right now I'm just focusing on the top part. So this is the shoulder region, and this all will just by holding control and shift, you can just have a particular right click paste. You can paste your keyframes into any of the particular part. You just have to just select that part and you can just paste it accordingly. Okay, so right now, as you can see, the shoulder region and this part especially attached with the shoulder curve. So if you manipulately rotate this section, it will definitely just have a particular look at your just like this way. Okay, so you can just manipulate the curvature of the model, and also you will just move it like this, and also you will just select and just move it like this. Okay, so like this way you can manipulate the full character, and also you just look at the character, and if you just look at the reference, you will find a huge amount of changes also. But if you just have a video sequence, that would be much more better, because if you just record yourself with a camcorder or mobile, if you just put that video into your computer and just look it around and just do the animation followed by your video, so that will generate a huge amount of you can say realistic into your animation. So like this way you just have to animate it accordingly. Okay, now again it is stiff because we have to do the blocking, so we don't require extra keys, but yeah, still you can work for the same. At few frames you have to do the correction, you have to work hard for the few frames. After that you will do the cycling or the looping step. Okay, so that means a few frames will be the hard method, or you can say the manual method. After that you will just put the cycle loop, which will just allow you to just animate that thing in a particular loop. So like this way you can animate all the things inside Maya software. So you have to just have the reference, you can have the idea. If you are amateur or if you are a beginner, then definitely you need some references, because if you just look at the reference and animate the character accordingly, then it will be much more better. So if you are professional, you can use your own idea that which part is moving and which part will not move, which part will go against gravity or with the gravity. So like this way, if you are a professional, definitely you can do it by yourself. Otherwise you can take the reference, or you can just record yourself for animation purpose, and it would be much more better that you can record yourself and have the animation on your computer. So here we have the ball lift, and here we have the translate. So I'm just putting 75 into the translate. 100 would be fine, and I think 125 would be better. And after that we'll just as you can see, there is a mistake in so we'll just move this controller and also this controller. So now you can find that the mistake has been gone, because that thing is getting distressed. So if you just move this thing, the mistaken will be gone. Okay, so now I just select the whole character and just move it somewhere here and copy the thing and just paste remaining keyframe into the last one, and after that if you just switch, definitely you will get a huge animation, because the character is following the loop, and if you paste any key, definitely the character will behave as per as your key, whichever you have just pasted. So okay, so now here we have the translate, which I will just put it 100. Okay, no, not needed. I think translate Z would be -100. So the rest position will start from here, and also we'll just go to the graph editor. So graph editor is very important, as we have also discussed in the bouncing ball, that graph editor and top sheet is very important. It has all sort of curves which is situated at the top. As you can see, these are the tangent, which has some amount of curvature in it that will allow you to work in a detailed animation view. So graph editor is very important, and also it has point that will allow you to just give the curve to its keyframes. Between the keyframes you can add extra keyframes in the graph editor also. Okay, if you are not using the timeline, definitely you can use the graph editor to add some more keyframes. Okay, like this way you can work for the same. As a character is moving forward, and just open the graph editor. Here the line is linear and it has two keyframes between. You can add, or you can also manipulate through tangent changes. So as you can see, the character is moving in 1 second, which is the 24 frames per second, which is in PAL. So right click and just click on the slant tangent. It is moving in a robotic way, as you can see. Okay, the character which is not forming any wave kind of motion, which is a robotic motion. And after that, if you just uh, do the curve into your tangents, definitely it will form some amount of naturality. So we will look the graph editor in a detailed way. So at first we have to check the animation. As you can see, we have in between frames, which the two are the blocking, and this is the you can say refinement. Okay, so refinement is very important. In between frames you have to just put it some amount of frames so that the blocking or the robotic motion will be gone, and you will have a detailed animation, you can say animation view. Okay, with the help of this you can change your character animation.